Hey there. I did a topic on one of my lives today that was asking the question, shouldn't God protect everyone equally? And clearly, the God of the Bible, anyway, does not protect everyone equally. The Bible promises that God will protect us from all evils and dangers, and we have nothing to fear. But that just isn't true, is it? Bad things can happen to us any day, whether we're a believer or not. And it seems that believers are no exception to this lack of protection. And I asked a simple question because I remember this is going to be a longer video. So I hope you have more than the attention span of a goldfish because we're going to be here for a couple of minutes. All right. I remember when Donald Trump, there was an attempt on his life, right? The main one, the big one. I think it's happened a couple of times, but the one we're all thinking about, right? Where he's putting his hand up in the air and he had the bandage on his ear for a few days, even though there was nothing wrong with his ear. I remember believers came out within hours, within minutes, within seconds, maybe, saying that God had protected the president of the United States, that he had guardian angels protecting him, that God had bigger plans for President Trump, and that Jesus, obviously, the light of the Holy Spirit and Jesus and the whole 9 yards, protected the president from that event that could have gone very differently, right? So I asked a reasonable, logical question. Why wasn't Charlie Kirk as lucky? I think an argument could be made that Charlie Kirk was much more so a man of God, quote unquote, than the president. I think Charlie Kirk talked about Jesus and proselytized about Jesus and the Bible and Yahweh way, 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 way more. I mean, I don't think it's debatable. Way, way more than President Trump has. I think Charlie Kirk did more in one tour than the president's probably done his whole life. But that's up for argument, I guess. But my main question was, how can Christians say that the president was protected by God and Jesus and he prevented the schmullet from hitting him and stuff, and it was an act of God and a miracle? And then Charlie Kirk didn't fare nearly as well, did he? And a woman called up my live and actually said, just look at the number of Christians going back to church since this happened, reading the Bible since this happened. And she was acting as if it was a big Christian revival. And it horrified me because this all powerful God of yours, this all powerful God of the universe that created everything, has had thousands of years to get their message across. Two-thirds of the planet still rejects this message, by the way. Two-thirds of the planet is either a non-believer or largely people who have faith in other religions and other world belief systems, not Christianity and not Jesus. So let me get this straight. This all-powerful, all-knowing, omni-God has had thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years to get their message across. And they have to take the life of a father, of a son, of a husband, a voice for millions of people. He had to take him away in order to have like a Christian revival. That's what this woman said. And it horrified me. What does it do to you when you hear something like that? My question was just a simple one. I mean, if God's going to protect us, he needs to protect all of us, not just his favorites and his chosen ones. You can't argue that God protected the president of the United States but won't protect Charlie Kirk. And if Charlie Kirk isn't safe in the hands of this God, how are any of us? Comment down below. I'd love to hear from you.